no one should be ready for tariffs because we understand, I think, from historic experience that they never come with anything good. But we are prepared. And of course, you have to remember that the European Union has exclusive competence on three key areas. One of them is trade, one of them is customs, and one of them is competition. So basically antitrust. So I would assume that Brussels and President Ursula von der Leyen is prepared, but it's very important that we try to avoid this tit for tat on tariffs and different types of customs issues, because I think it will harm both the European and the American economy. And I think it would be quite useful if we, the Europeans and the Americans, could forge more of a deal on free trade rather than on tariffs. But we have to take what comes and react to it.
If we take the situation now, with the change and the reality, what do you think needs to change at the European centre? Clearly the structures, Commission, Council, Parliament, this directive, that committee, mutuality, subsidiarity, it all has to change somehow to make the thing work better. What changes do you want to see?
Well, the starting point is to understand that we always live with an imperfect union. So the European Union is not an utopia. It's more than an international organization and less than a state. That actually means that it does have some constraints. So the classic question is European foreign policy. That's all good and well, but who should I call? I think always, it's not about just giving more power to Brussels, if you will. I think what we'll see probably is a little bit more of a flexible union. And I'm a sad case because I did end up writing my PhD at the LSE in 1999 about flexible integration. Basically, the idea that not everyone has to do everything at the same time. So we'll see a lot of jostling of power and bilateral relationships coming from Europe. So France reaching directly out to the US, the UK doing the same thing, Finland the same thing. But I think it's very important that we keep the crux of it,
right,
and make sure that the President of the European Commission and the President of the European Council remain strong.
Brexit was about dogma on both sides. The British wanted out. The Europeans were absolutely determined then not to have cherry picking, as it was described. That new reality that you've described, do you see an opportunity for a UK to be more involved, sub-single market, but more than just on the outside?
Oh, definitely. I think now, after about almost 10 years after Brexit, we're getting to the point where world events are dictating the relationship between the United Kingdom and the European Union. And we should actually seize the moment. So first of all, I think it's good to see British leadership in the coalition of the willing with Ukraine. I'll be in Paris for a meeting together with President Macron and Prime Minister Keir Starmer on Thursday. But this will give us an opportunity to work on key issues of mutual interest. So that would be security, intelligence, and yes, there should be some free trade agreement between the European Union and the United Kingdom. So what I'm starting to see now is a more flexible Europe, or perhaps something we could call EU plus minus, and the plus being the United Kingdom and Norway and Iceland, and perhaps the minus being the types of member states like Hungary and Slovakia, which are a little bit problematic inside the European Union right now. But, to put it into one frame is to say that we will see a more flexible Europe, and hopefully we'll see more UK leadership in this flexible Europe. I think it's only a good thing.